I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Man, that is a sad clown.
Dude, that's pretty good.
This is the GLOOM, bringing you weekly interviews with F3Omaha PAX, exploring their F3 experiences and finding those sticky elements that create the glue in the gloom.
Woo! Man, man, it feels good. There we go. This is anniversary week, F3Omaha 5-year anniversary. You got Pony and Plague in the house, and we've dropped, this will be our second episode of the week. And really what we did on Monday was just wanted to get our OG Nantan wait time, get his thoughts. And we went deep, man. We went deep on some stuff about male leadership and masculinity. I know I'm not supposed to tell you this, but wait time, we're encouraging him to get a book out there into the, the hemisphere. And man, I would buy it. I'd buy several copies, but man, Pony, this episode is really cool because we had guys send audio or video clips, and we converted all that and chopped and screwed it. And we got a really nice compilation of guys that really just said, what's their name, how long they've been in F3. And then a lot of guys sharing like some funny stories, some sentiments, like pretty impactful stuff of what F3 means to them. So pretty cool, man. But how's the anniversary?
Yeah, no, anniversary week has been great. I was able to post today at the woodshed. God, I want to say we almost had 50 guys there. It was a great, the OG Nantan led it. Then, we had the Nantan, current Nantan as a co-Q. Both exited with great COTs today about, what was important to them when F3, their first journey in F3, maybe their first 6 months versus what's important now. Just really impactful stuff. And, just to talk about wait times podcast earlier this week, we had already interviewed him, but I still feel like he was just still able to add on more, and he just get deeper and deeper as more time. So maybe we need to get more repeat guests on. We obviously want to get new content out there, but I mean, if guys keep pouring in and we're able to get more and fresh stuff out of it, then I don't see why not.
You know what they call that, brother? That's called the treasure trove of wisdom and insight there. But yeah, one thing that I thought about today, I don't know if you thought this, but as I was listening to that COT, I thought we should add that as a question, right? A question to our future interviewees, right? What were you thinking, before F3 that was maybe something you were into, and what's changed, or, how has F3 maybe changed what you think is important?
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think what's going to be cool about this episode is, some of these guys are guys that we haven't had an opportunity to interview. So it's going to be cool to hear. Now they're going to be short clips, whatever, but still just getting some insight, whatever it may be, a funny story, something that they thought was impactful is, that's the goal of this journey that we're found ourselves on anyway, right? We're just trying to get different perspectives out there. We're trying to get the guys connected. So hopefully the guys hear it. Hopefully, I'm sure we're going to learn something from it. If there's any listeners out there and they hear something that is maybe a good memory to them and it resonates with you, or there's something impactful that resonates with you, then I encourage you guys to continue to reach out to each other, because that's what this is all about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give kind of our perspectives, and then before we kind of lead into, I think we wait time, right?
Yeah. Yep. And we got about 30 guys that took some time to submit a little clip. What I would say is, if you're a listener of this podcast, anytime you want to just send a clip into F3 GLOOM, that's GLUEOOM @gmail.com. Anytime, man. We got a lot of staff working for the GLOOM these days, so that email is monitored. But no joke, what I found interesting was like guys sending clips that are listening that who knew they were even listening to some of the interviews. So if guys want to send in clips, man, we can certainly make space at a future episode. But so let's do name, age, how long we've been in F3, and then maybe an interesting story or what's meaningful. You want to go, or you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll start. So name, John Whitworth, 31, Pony Express.
Hey.
Been with F3. Thank you, brother. You need the sound to go with the name. yeah, been with F3 now coming on 4 years in July. It's been a great 4 years. I guess some things I'd like to share. I mean, the stories I heard on the podcast, Greek Freak story was great. Hearing the OG Nantan stuff like that, really impactful. So everything we did here is a great memory that I have. But some particular memories that I'm really fond of. My 30th birthday, I did a beat down with my shield lock, and it was all gaming oriented, and it wasn't like the hardest workout ever, but I just felt like my shield lock was there for me. We did different fun stuff. You know, we've had conversations about Wild at Heart, and we were just being goofy out in the gloom, and it was just a really great time. The second of three, I guess I'll say, is finding my church through Chicklets. I love that story. I love, you know, finding the church that we find ourselves in, getting connected with an individual that was kind of on a, you know, I saw where his spirit was and where he was at with his relationship with God. And I just thought, man, I want to be there. And wherever he's at, I think I need to kind of follow him to see where he's at. And that led me to his church. And what I love about that story is, I've said it many times, when I go there, I'm going to introduce him to my wife, and I don't even know his real name.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're here to join you at church. We're visiting with you. What's your name again? I just love that, because it just shows you don't really have to like really know a person to go and like connect with them. So that's the second piece. The third piece is a story with Sparty. And what's important with Sparty is that he reminded me of what role the site Q is supposed to serve. You know, I told this story many times. I had gotten kind of lackadaisical in finding a successor for the woodshed. I was very complacent where I was at. I was happy being kind of the site Q there, and I could have held on to the site for forever, and that would have been detrimental to the site, and I wouldn't have been doing it justice. And so Sparty came and led that day, and he led the Q. And in his COT, he just restated what our purpose was. Our purpose is to find and reinvigorate male community leadership. And that means in the site Q role too, right? We need to be looking for guys that are hungry and that are ready. And, you know, even if they're not ready, maybe you're just thrusting them in there to get them ready, right? That kind of thing. And, you know, I think when he first said it, it just hit me. And I was like, man, I could be really defensive and say that he's pointing this at me, at my site. And he chose to say this as I'm like the longest tenured site Q in history. But I took it as, you know what, this is the actual core mission. This is what I should be doing. And instead of being defensive, I was maybe proud of that. I was like, yeah, he's right. He's right. I need to like shift my focus from, okay, this is a time of having fun and being a site Q to, okay, who am I depriving of the opportunity to actually lead? So those are kind of my three, you know, very proud of what we're doing here. Many more stories that we just, for the sake of this episode, don't have time to go into. But I think those three, if I had to sum it up, were some of the more impactful things over the past 5 years or 4 years for me. So what about you? Name, age, how long you've been at F3, and some impactful stuff.
Man, I should have gone first, man. That's a tough act to follow. And I've even listened to several of these other ones, so I should have prepped, but that sounded like a prepared answer. No, Brandon Flair, 37, The Plague, and
The Plague.
Yeah. So my 5-year will be on July 21st. And I think probably the most impactful thing is my clean date is August 12th. And you maybe have heard this in a COT or whatever, but I do think iron sharpens iron, and being around the men in F3, really something between God and my higher power and the men in F3, like really pushed me to get clean. And I can never say thank you enough for that. So between that and like, there's a lot of fun stories too. I think some of my favorite were like the early workouts where there was clearly this competition between the, 23 guys that were in the group of like who could have the hardest beat down. And I think that's where I came up. I like burpees. Placebo and I would lead, and anytime we led, it was just like, this guy's going to do a bunch of burpees. and then, I think I have a lot of lonely memories where I was queuing and nobody showed up because I was going to do a lot of burpees. And looking back, like, that's funny. That's like pretty comical. It's just funny,
I don't blame them, because I actually have an example of you being on the queue schedule at the woodshed and not showing up.
Hey,
so maybe you burned some bridges and people were just boycotting some of your workouts as retribution. I really don't know.
Yeah. No, I think one of my favorite workouts, a lot of them have been co-queues. Tater Tot and I did a co-queue. We split the packs into 2 separate groups out at, it was First National Bank was where we were at for Boys Town in the winter. That was a lot of fun just to share a queue. And then honestly, like you said, the stories that we hear, through this podcast, I think, one of the guiding principles is that we're open to all men. And I think what I hear when we interview guys is every guy is gaining confidence and feeling empowered to tell their story, and to be who they are, and to be loved for it. And I could share a ton of other stories, but I would just say one time in the GLOOM grills called me out on sort of how I was talking about my M. And that was really impactful. It was at that moment that I kind of realized, okay, this is a group that is going to keep me accountable to who I'm trying to be. So T-claps to you, Grills, for that. And then I think just watching guys lead, man, there's nothing better, right? Just watching a guy like VQ get that kind of first taste, and then you get Q4 and you're just, it just blows up from there. But a couple things as we're going into this episode, fellas. Open your ears, listen to what these guys are saying, and man, there's a couple just really good examples of why this group is so impactful. So, and then like I said before, if you have something you want to share and you want to send it to us, I think that may be a new era for the GLOOM where we can take submissions and we'll get you on the cast. But without further ado, we'll flip the tape over. Any final words, Pony?
Oh, just enjoy, boys. Make sure your ears are open, your hearts are open too, boys.
Heck yeah.
Congrats on 5 years, everybody.
Happy 5 years, brother.
Hey, F3Omaha, this is Wait Time, and I want to share one of my favorite F3Omaha stories. This comes from Honey Stinger because I'm afraid he won't tell the story, and boy, this is a doozy. One Friday afternoon, I was driving in my car, and I get a call from Stinger, as I sometimes do, and he is just leaving downtown at the Canyon, and he wants to tell me something that was really weird that just happened to him. And Stinger was saying, I was driving downtown because, I queue tomorrow at the Canyon, and I really haven't been down there to really check the space out, and I want to make sure that I'm familiar with it before I queue tomorrow. And so I'm driving down to the Canyon, Stinger says, and the whole time I'm listening to talk radio. And this is happening in the fall. And so, of course, everything's about Husker football. And as the Huskers have these last few years, they happen to be struggling at the time. And all the Husker fans were calling in and talking about the glory days and the nostalgia. And Stinger is just getting progressively more angry because he's just tired of the Husker misery and everybody talking about the glory days. And at the very end of the piece on this radio show, as he's pulling in, the guys on the radio, the talk show hosts, say a shout out to Eric, Heisman Trophy Eric Crouch, whose birthday is today. And so Stinger just shuts the car off, and he's just really frustrated, but he needs to check out the AO, and he starts walking around downtown at the Canyon, our new space down there, and he comes over to the monkey bars and climbs up on top of the monkey bars. And at the time, Stinger has all of his clothes from work on, his dress shoes, his dress clothes, and he's climbing up on all fours on the top of these monkey bars. And he looks down, and there stands a man staring at him. And it's Eric Crouch. And Crouch kind of looks at Stinger and says, "What are you doing?" And Stinger looks at Crouch and says, "Happy birthday, Eric." And so Stinger climbs down off the monkey bars in his dress clothes and explains to Eric what he's doing, that he's a part of this workout group, and he's down there checking out what he's going to do the next morning and proceeds to EH Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch to become a part of F3 Omaha. And Eric says he's heard about F3 Omaha. He very kindly listened to Stinger's plea to come join us. And we still hope someday that Eric may join us, but he was not there on Saturday morning to join Stinger's beatdown. And we all still hold out hope that Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch will remember that day that Stinger EH'd him at the Monkey Bars.
Phil Bredehoft, 41, tight-lip. For me, F3 is a place where I can encourage others, receive accountability, and be challenged to be a better man. There are so many examples of high-impact men engaging in being better husbands, better fathers, better men, being better for our community. The relationships and refinements begin in the gloom and dwell with me for the rest of the day. About 7 months ago, my first workout was at the mess hall, and I was EH'd by a guy who doesn't even attend F3 workouts. Tater Tot was on the queue, and Khakis is who I was paired up with. I wasn't aware of the solid foundation I was receiving at the time, but I couldn't have asked for a better experience. I liken Khakis to a serious version of Will Ferrell and love that he embraces F3 as full as he does, and I'm so thankful to have the experience.
Michael Pfluger, 46, Jean-Claude, great-grandfather of Titan Alley in Sarpy County. Instead of talking about what F3 has done for me, because the instances it's had an impact on my life are many, I want to share a hope and aspiration for F3 Omaha. And that really comes in the form of a challenge. I want all of us to think about how we can expand our membership and to make it as open and inclusive as our mission statement says, meaning all men of all walks of life, all faiths, all backgrounds, all heritages, and all ethnicities. I think our biggest opportunity for the next evolution of this organization in the metro area is to truly, truly expand to all men. And that reigns as a challenge to each of us to not give the easy EH, to go out and find people that don't look like ourselves, that don't come from the same backgrounds we do, and maybe don't think or walk the same path we're currently walking. If we can do that, I would offer our impact on this community will be remembered for a very long time and will reverberate across the nation. So best of luck to all of us. Thank you for a fantastic 4 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 4. Thanks.
Josh Amber, 41, Safe Ride. Been posting at F3 since April 6th, 2019. Brazilian was my EH with an assist from Folsom. I posted the same day that Polaroid and our man Formaldehyde, who I don't think ever posted again. Funny story, back when Lucky Charms was on the queue out at Futurama, there was some inclement weather that was coming in. We decided to run down to the baseball field. We're doing monkey humpers or something crazy. And there was a lightning strike that lit up the entire gloom for what felt like 5 seconds, about 10 minutes into the workout. And so I took off on a dead sprint back to the car. And we called that one early, made it so early to the to cafeteria. We had all wait in our cars before Crane Coffee opened up about 15 minutes later. A crazy workout story was out of the Brickyard. Jean-Claude had a 4-man grinder up Shirley Street. One guy down at the bottom, one guy out up top. Bottom guy was doing blockies. The top guy was doing thrusters, and the other two, part of the grinder, were running up and down Shirley Street the entire time. The most god-awful workout I've ever had. But a lot of great memories. It's great to see such tremendous growth in this organization and group of men. Can't wait to see what's in store for us in the next 5 years. So love all you guys.
Kevin Jewell, 27, Sticky Bandit. I've been in F3 for just coming up on 2.5 years. Only had the pleasure of about 6 months in Omaha, and then have been downrange in Corpus Christi for just about the last 2 years. Too many stories, too many memories, but F3, I think has been a window into what life is supposed to look like. As a young 20-something buck, there aren't that many of us, at least when I was in there. So to just be around so many unbelievable mentors and leaders in our community and people who lived their life the right way, I couldn't be more happy just to got to know all the people I've gotten to know, share those memories, share those beatdowns, and I hope to share many, many more in the future.
Jeff Seatstra, 41, Firewalker. Hey, what's up, F3 Omaha? Happy 5-year anniversary to the PAX of F3 in Omaha. Looking forward to celebrating our 5-year anniversary together out at the Oracle later this weekend. As I've reflected on my almost 4 years with F3 Omaha, 2 words come to mind. The first is the word impact. The second, the word leadership. But first, impact. How F3 has impacted my life personally, professionally, and finally relationally. Thinking about all those new lifelong friendships and relationships that I've been able to gain over the last 4 years. Thinking about how my life has been changed for the better and impacted because of the presence of so many of those high impact men that I get to be around every single day, and nothing drives more excitement in my life than the impact that you all have in my life. So thank you. The second is leadership. I think about leadership not only for myself but for others, how I've grown personally, professionally, and relationally as well in my leadership, and thinking about how I've continually challenged every day to lead at home, at work, and in my community along the way, and thinking about how that will continue to have that ripple effect, not only in the days, weeks, and months to come, but in the years and hopefully generations to come. My final word of encouragement here today is just to keep giving it away. Keep giving this thing away to those sad clowns, to those men that you are EHing. Be looking for anyone and everyone that we can give this thing away to, not just the guys that look like you, but look for anyone that may have an opportunity to come find out what this F3 thing is about, and find out that it's just more than fitness, that there's a relationship waiting and a leadership opportunity waiting for them as well to call them forth into what is new and what's to come. So happy anniversary, F3 Omaha. Have a great celebration week. We'll catch you soon in the gloom.
This is Aaron Thomas, 50, Duracell. What F3 means to me is strength in numbers in everything we do. At First F, I'm in the best shape of my life at 50 years old, thanks to the push from you guys every morning, so thank you. Second F, when Animal House brought me out, he was my only in-person friend. Now that list definitely exceeds 100. And third F, when we come together to support a worthy cause, the impact we can make far outweighs what any one of us could do on our own. And finally, the best kept secret of F3, I think we found a way to be in a frat as an adult, but don't tell anybody.
Hey F3 Omaha, happy 5-year anniversary. This is Mark Farage, 37, win 1 for the Gipper. I've been part of F3 for almost 5 years now. My 5-year anniversary will be a week after the F3 Omaha 5-year anniversary. I am not a Redwood, but you can call me a Redwood +1, or as I believe Tater Tot mentioned the other week, a Cottonwood. It's been a fantastic 5 years, and I truly love it. F3 is important to me because of the brotherhood. all the support that each one of us give each other each and every day. And that's what makes me come back out. Happy anniversary, F3Omaha.
Hey, F3Omaha. This is Josh Vocek, 44, swiper. Just leaving a little message about the 5-year anniversary of F3Omaha upcoming here on April 22nd. You know, when I think about what it means to me, I really think about relationships. And obviously doing this in Omaha, I've been doing it for a little over 2 years. I have met some outstanding men. I've gotten in great physical shape, but really been able to form all these relationships. And as many guys say, the main reason I come out, you know, on a daily basis and the reasons I stick around for coffee, etc., is these awesome relationships I've formed. But to me, it even goes beyond Omaha. I've been able to do F3 all over our country, even do it in Canada, in a different country, and form relationships where normally in the past I would go for runs and workout, etc., all by myself. So now any city I go to, and on Monday I'm going to Plano, Texas. I'll post on Monday and Tuesday, you know, and meet some other new guys. So to me, it's been great to even beyond Omaha to form relationships and have community and be able to work out and get coffee in cities all over our country because of the wide network of F3 all over. So that's just a great little tidbit about what it's meant to me, and just really appreciate this group from the bottom of my heart. Thanks.
Greetings, F3 Omaha. Jared Hensley, 45, roll bar. I think I realized just how special F3 Omaha was after my daughter Ruby was diagnosed with diabetes. It was a difficult time for our family, a lot of stress, a lot of sadness. And just kind of learning how to adjust to that new life. And the men of F3 Omaha came around me in a time where I was really struggling mentally. I can distinctly remember it was F3's first mental battle week, and the queue at Heavy was Folsom, and he was sharing in the COT some really vulnerable stuff, and he kind of threw it out to the group to share if they had anything going on, and I did. I talked about how the depression had set in after dealing with all that stress with Ruby, and rather than you know, being told it was no big deal and I should just, you know, suck it up, the men put their arms around me and loved on me and hugged me and encouraged me, and I just realized at that moment that F3 Omaha and the F3 Nation experience is such a unique thing for men, and that we have this amazing support group around us thanks to our brothers here in the GLOOM. Looking forward to the convergence, really excited for everything to come, and look forward to seeing all you all in the GLOOM.
Hey, this is Chris Curry, 41. Fun dip. Fun dip. This is Josh Allen, 36. Chernobyl. What we like about F3 is the shield lock right here with the Brotherhood in the morning in the GLOOM. And then a short story is, man, sorry Swiper for dropping you at the farm. You said you were done and athletic, so I let go, and but you finished the whole workout, and I believe you were leading it.
My little story, a couple of hard commits that didn't end up making, so I know Ferdinand started that up, and I helped finish it, so now we got the whole Ferdinand thing going on, so nice little funny story. But the other last thing that's an important thing to both of us is the impact F3 gets to have on our community, so thank you, F3. Peace.
Hey, it's Pat O'Brien, 38, Kill Switch. Been doing F3 for about 2.5 years. And honestly, I'm so happy and grateful for LPC for bringing me out that 2.5 years ago. As my neighbor, it took him like a month or better to talk me into it, but I wish I would have started a month prior to that. The amount of relationships I've built in here and just overall personal growth that I've experienced over that time has just been incredible. I love seeing all the people around me grow. I love watching guys get in better shape, including myself, and just being pushed and pushing others is, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Budge Austin, 45 knobs. I've been with F3 Omaha now for the past 3.5 years, and I can say that I'm a completely different man than I was 3.5 years ago. This group has pushed me mentally, physically, spiritually to be a better him for my family, my community, and I'm very appreciative of this group. Happy 5th anniversary F3 Omaha, and I'm super proud to be part of this group.
Mark Woe at 39, Sparty. I've been in F3 now for almost 4 years. The most meaningful thing for me with F3 is that every morning a flag gets planted in Nugent's honor somewhere in the GLOOM in Omaha, and we get to carry on his legacy, and it just means the world to me, you know, being his friend and seeing the love and life that he's now carrying on to other men each and every day, and it's just something that makes me very proud to be a part of this group.
Hey boys, this is Folsom. Happy anniversary, F3 Omaha. I am 1 month shy of my own 5-year anniversary, so I feel like I've been there from the very beginning. I remember when we didn't have enough sites to fill up a week. I've seen guys come in and lose 100 pounds throughout their journey with F3. Guys that couldn't run across the football field sideways that now go out and run 5Ks on the weekend. I've helped Ponzi find his keys twice. You're welcome for that, Ponzi. And I think most important to me, though, in these almost 5 years has just been the people, the connections, the fellowship. And one story just really sums that up, hits it out of the park. Fall of 2020, we're working out. Next to me is Frosty, and he says to me, Folsom, I got this girl. I think she'd be great for you. She's dating somebody else right now, but just hang tight, buddy, because I don't like him. They're not going to last. And he maybe brought it up once. I don't know, once more. But 6 months goes by, and all of a sudden I get the message from Frosty. Hey, remember that girl I was telling you about? She just broke up with her boyfriend. We all need to go out. And the rest, they say, is history. The dude found me my person. It's been over 2 years now, and it's just great. She is my person. So that's what I absolutely love about F3, the connections. Eric Strovers, 47, Folsom.
Chris Hoffman, 40 Griswold. I have been in F3 for coming up on 3 years. I would have to say my favorite thing is probably the VQs. Of all the memorable things that I've done, those stand out the most. I love seeing guys lead for the first time and just see the fire and passion that gets into them from leading their first workout and watching it transcend from there.
All right, Joe Wellman, 34 Polaroid. Happy anniversary, 5 years of F3 Omaha. Couple memories for me. Named about 4 years ago, Riva's VQ, I believe. 2019 CSOP. That's always going to stand out in my head. Nightmare Before Christmas. It was cold, and I will never forget running up the frontage road from Burke High School to Boys Town, flags in hand, straight into that headwind. At the end of about 3 hours, we were over it, with still one little beat down to go. CSOPs are something pretty special. And then another quick memory is year after year, our boy Squidward showing up at the Patriot games, working alongside him and Stella, full Uncle Sam dress. So happy 5 years, keep accelerating, love you all.
I'm Dave Jackson, I'm 50, Frosty. I've been coming to F3 for a little over 3 years, and it has changed my life in so many ways. One of the biggest turning points for me was one of the first posts that I went to without slow pitch,
and I was very nervous, and Othello was leading and did a zipper exercise where everybody laid on their backs and passed each PAX along on their hands. And I was 35 pounds heavier back then, and I did not want to do this. They encouraged me to do it. I did, and as they were passing me along their hands, everybody kept saying, "It's okay, Frosty. We got you, Frosty." And I kept hearing that name Frosty over and over, and it comforted me, and everything was okay, and that was the day that I became Frosty.
Brandon Panasiuk, 42, Chucky. Been with F3 Omaha for about 3 years. And I got 2 pieces of advice. Always pre-run, and don't call Armando a slowpoke.
Chris Beatty, 39, Grease Fire. I've been in F3 for 2.5 years now, and so many stories come to mind, but the theme throughout them all, and one that has been close to my heart, is it's not about me. I spent a lot of my life focused on me, and not living for other people. So F3 has a huge part of F3 journey for me has been learning that it's not about me. It's about the relationships we can build, and having other men support you and come around you. So with that, thanks F3 Omaha for making me and all of us better.
This is Greg Shart. I'm a man, I'm 40, and my name is Skids. Ooh, nasty. Been in F3 for almost 2 years, and I was EH'd by Sarby Swagger's own ear tag. And yeah, 2-year anniversary here coming up in June. I was named Skids by a conspiracy of Plague and Knobs, I believe, who had already pretty much named me when I came out, before I even had a chance to talk about all the cool and interesting things. So, yeah, I love the name. Got a great coupon by Huffy. You just got to kind of embrace the name like you embrace the gloom. And my favorite part of F3 has got to be all the give back, all the service hours put in, all the contributions to our local neighborhoods, communities, and families in need. And really appreciate the guys when I personally was doing campaign for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, or when we did the big Project Pink for breast cancer campaign that was widely supported, and t-shirt sales and donations. It's just really appreciative by those local organizations that give back to some of our own families. And so that makes F3 really meaningful to me and memorable, above and beyond all the smiles I see on dudes' faces waking up at 4 to 5 in the morning to go get a workout in. So congrats F3 on 5 years.
Hey, F3 Omaha, happy 5 years. Davin Bickford, 39, Grills. And it's been a great 4 years for me. And man, so many awesome memories in the gloom. But, you know, probably if I'm going to just pick one, just the transition during COVID of kind of finding a place, getting rid of the gym, and enjoying a lot of coffee at Kaki's Cafe. And it's been a wonderful 4 years. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the gloom.
Hey, F3 Omaha. It's Jeff Monzu, 53, Vandalay. Happy anniversary to all PAX out there. So I want to take this moment as we're reflecting on the past 5 years, special things about F3. Obviously, relationships and what you all mean to me have countless blessings that I can even enumerate here. But one of my special memories of F3 is the special place at the Oracle has become on Saturday mornings is to me, is to some others. And that's not because I'm a former site Q there, but just I'm glad everyone gets to spend the Convergence Saturday morning at the Oracle. Soak it in. Hope you all enjoyed kind of taking in the atmosphere of a Saturday morning there. But any typical Saturday, you come out, just that sense of getting in a pre-run, getting in 6 o'clock workout, getting 7 o'clock workout, that amount of time hanging with the guys on a Saturday morning at the Oracle is one of my special places in F3 Omaha. Happy anniversary, everybody.
Mike Cola, 41, icy hot. I've been a PAX member of F3 Omaha for close to 3 years, and during those 3 years, there are many things that stand out to me. From my first beat down at the pit that Saturday morning, my VQ at the district, the CSOPs, Khakis Challenge, and most importantly for me, being the site Q at Paradise Island, being able to receive that shovel flag from Slow Pitch and then to pass that flag on to Retweet. Truly an honor to be a custodian of that site and to go through a little bit of a change at that site, changing locations. One story that stands out to me is the winter of 21. I showed up for a Murph at Titanelli. It was minus 30 degrees outside, probably about 6 inches of snow on the ground, and I decided to park my car in the parking lot of Warner Park. And if we didn't get enough during the Murph, several PAX members had the opportunity to help push my car out of that snow so that way I could continue on with my morning. And for that, I'm extremely grateful, and it just shows the power of the group of men that we surround ourselves with every morning.
Peter Kenny, 41, Baby Shark. I've been with F3 a little over 3 years now. I get to travel for work a bit, and I've posted downrange, and there's nothing like F3 Omaha. It's a very special place. I've enjoyed seeing guys accelerate and seeing men just improve their lives, and I can't thank F3 enough for what it's done to my life. Congrats to F3 Omaha on 5 years. Let's keep it going.
Josh Harper, 38, long neck. I've been part of F3 for going on 8 months. I joined August 23rd of 2022. I was EH'd by Slow Pitch. I would say one of the memories that really made me know what F3 was about was a couple weeks into F3. I thought it was a great idea to do the Iron PAX. And Slow Pitch told me, don't blame people for your own mistakes. He was right. But going through the Iron PAX, there was a PAX member who stopped doing his own competition to come over and push me through every exercise, every workout. And that is when it really clicked to me that F3 was more of a bond, was more of a friendship, of a fellowship, and that PAX member was Diddy. Absolutely fantastic PAX. I appreciate what he did that day, and there's been so many other times throughout this journey so far that I've gotten to know other PAX members, and I'm now part of a shill block, and we're becoming closer and closer every day. And I just want to say thank you, Slow Pitch, for opening my life up to F3. It's definitely changed my life, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. I am a better father, I'm a better husband, and overall just a better person because of it. So thank you, Wait Time, for bringing F3 to Omaha. Thank you to all the PAX for all that you do, and long neck out.
Kevin Klein, 36, busser, been a part of F3 for a little over 7 months now, and I can't even describe how life-changing this group is. It's really hard to put it into words and explain to other guys that you're trying to EH exactly how incredible this group is and how impactful we are, not only for each other, but also in the community. I'm really grateful to be a part.
Hey, Plague and Pony Express. This is Brian Johnson, 42 Doppler. I just want to say thanks for doing this for everybody. I started F3 in November of 2020, and so it makes it about 2.5 years now that I've been part of F3 Omaha. Something that makes it special to me is I'm an active duty Air Force guy. I've been serving for 17 years, and ever since I was 18, I've pretty much been moving around the world, whether it was Alaska, Idaho, Washington, Louisiana, Korea, and then here. And I never really thought that I'd like Omaha as much as I do. And even the first few years that I was here, it was an okay spot. But when I found F3, I really found some of the closest friends and brothers that I've had in a really long time, and that's even being, a member of the military. What we have in our circles every morning, on our pre-runs or when you're working side by side next to a guy really hard, it's just something really special. And it's made Omaha a place that I just love, and it's always going to hold a really special place in my heart. And I know that F3 is a huge part of that. So thanks to everybody who's in F3 Omaha, and this makes it as incredible as it is. So thanks so much. Have a good day, guys. See ya.
Matt Remar, 50, Gunner. Why do we video so much? Man, it's overrated. Got to keep this under 25 megabits, but I just want to say I love all you guys, and that's what F3's taught me, to say those 3 words and to be meaningful about it. So see you guys in the gloom. Thanks.
Doug White, 56, Waffle House. Cold, dark, and alone is a very scary place. But cold, dark, and with your F3 brothers is a passionate, beautiful place. I love the gloom, and I love you, brothers.
Hello, F3 Omaha. This is Adrian Ryder, 42. Tater Tot. Yes, I did just punch my phone. Say, hope all is well out there in F3 Nation, F3 Omaha. Feeling the good vibes this week as we are celebrating our 5-year anniversary, pumping my fist in the air. Thanks to everybody who's just making this just an awesome week. So, a little bit about me. Officially EH'd by the one, the only, the big one. Posted for the first time Cornhusker Handicap on Tuesday, September 18th of 2018, which was led by a Redwood Selleck. Hey! If you haven't heard him do that before, that's his calling card. He was also really good at taking pictures when workouts got really difficult. Anyway, miss and love you, Selleck. And then I am also brothers to Bubbles and Slow Pitch. I can remember when I first started F3, the enjoyment I found about just being accepted for no other reason. I decided to put my shoes on that morning, and how refreshing that was just to show up, be told what to do, let weight of the world just kind of be gone for an hour. Probably the deepest breath of fresh air my body had felt in years, and you just, when you feel it, you want more, which is really special, and I think a lot can relate to that. What I didn't know is that my bank account over the next 4.5 years was going to need a third checking account specifically for coffee and F3 apparel. So that is a real thing. One of my favorite, most impactful moments of F3 was the day that Waffle House revisited the gloom after going through some life-changing injuries, and then he led a workout on top of the rooftop of the parking garage at Cornhusker. If you were there, you'll never forget it. He's a man that was thrown life-changing curveballs, went through, hell and back, physically and mentally, and has more positive outlook on life than 99% of the world to this day. We love you, Waffle House, and that's a memory that I will never forget. Advice for an F&G: we understand when you show up, it is overwhelming, and so much doesn't make sense at first, but it feels right. If you give it time, you will find out what's most important to you, And just know we are here to walk alongside your journey. That's what we're here for. Furthermore, if you don't drink coffee, force it down the hatch. It's worth the second F. I promise you. Advice for those that have been in this F3 train for a while. There isn't anything in life that doesn't become hard, doesn't become tarnished, that doesn't at some point take extra work and more attention. So as you go through this journey, keep your family top priority through this, and let us help you when you need it, which I know we all struggle with sometimes. So lastly, I can't thank each and every one of you enough for just all that you've given me personally and my family, and then also what you do for the community. I'll forever be grateful for the vision, of course, of Wait Time, the commitment of the Redwoods that took a chance for building something so special for our community that they really just didn't know what they were doing. They believed in somebody, they believed in a purpose, they believed in something bigger than themselves. And then lastly, thank you as always for allowing me to be a part of your lives. And I cannot wait to see what the next 5 years has in store for F3 Omaha. Perhaps we'll invest into, into a coffee shop. Maybe that's what we'll do. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon in the Gloom. I'm Adrian Redder. I'm 42. I'm Tater Tot.